Welcome to the Blissful Life, a podcast where we awaken the wisdom of self and explore the lessons, the rituals, and the pathways to inner bliss. I'm your host, Regina Lawless, former corporate executive turned author and spiritual teacher. And I'm on a mission, y'all, to help people connect to and express their divine self so they can make their unique impact on the world. If you've been feeling like there is more to life than the hustle and grind, then you found your tribe. It's time to breathe and relax into the blissful life.
Welcome back to the Blissful Life. This is part of our ToPs series, a continuation of my conversations with the ladies of the Theater of Public Speaking program. And today I'm super excited to be joined by Astrid Daniela Galvez. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Oh my
Thank
goodness.
you so much. It's so good to see you.
Thank you. I've been talking to a few of you tax professionals. So there seems to be a running theme here. So for the audience listening and watching, Astrid Daniela is a tax and accounting and tax professional with your own firm.
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. I love that. How did you know that you wanted to be an accountant?
I had no idea.
Like most of us, right? You just stumble into
It was a safety net. I started a little late. I didn't start in my early 20s.
Oh,
I started in my mid 30s.
Okay.
So 2 years ago.
I was gonna say, so like,
2 years ago.
You're 22. Like, right.
And I was working on my bachelor's and I decided for that to be in business administration. And I added the accounting part of it and a minor in economics. So I realized, well, there's a pattern here. I kind of like numbers now. But what I liked about it was the behavior of the not just the accounting industry, but the small businesses.
Okay.
In terms of spending and compliance and that kind of boring stuff. But the behavioral part of it is what really got my attention. So
interesting.
it started in the middle of my 30s.
Oh, that's so fun. I love a second career. Yeah. There's something kind of fun about finding what you want later in life. I feel like I'm in my second act. I did my whole career in HR and I was in corporate, and just recently in the last 2 years have stepped out as an entrepreneur and I'm finding my way, and it's exciting to do something new and different. So
I have followed your work.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. You were in one of the sessions with the group, and I remember your book, and I remember part of the story that you shared with us. So I know a little bit about you, so I was excited to see you.
Thank you. That's awesome. Yeah, that was actually a really fun session I got to do with you all and come and share the book. So thank you. That is awesome. Amazing. So speaking of ToPs, you're in this program learning to be this. I mean, you already seem like a dynamic speaker, but tell me about this journey of becoming a speaker.
Yeah, it started with the itch of wanting to be an educator. I realized that in my community, I'm Hispanic. My first language is Spanish. I'm originally from El Salvador, Central America. And coming to the U.S. was a challenge.
Oh my gosh, I can only imagine.
Most people that have come to this country. So I realized that in the Hispanic community, there was a need for education, especially financial education. And I wanted to educate my community. And to become an educator, a proper educator, and a good educator, I needed a skill set that allows me to not just connect with the audience, but share my stories, share my ambitions, and take in what their ambitions and their stories are so that we can create this community that's educated and that can last for generations.
Oh my goodness.
So
you are doing the Lord's work, or whoever you believe in, because
the Lord, yeah.
Because I think back to, as a young girl, I grew up in what they would call now an underserved community. I grew up in Northern California in a town called East Palo Alto, predominantly Black and Hispanic community, and we desperately needed financial literacy. Like, my parents struggled just not knowing the basics because we're not taught. And so because they didn't know, they taught me the basics of like how to balance a checkbook, but they're financial life is so much more than that. The taxes, the planning, investing. So I had to learn that on my own as I got, rightfully or wrongfully, you make more mistakes as you earn more money. That kind of forces you to kind of figure it out. And so that was my path. And so I love that you are taking the knowledge and experience that you have and bridging that with folks in your community so they don't have to struggle as much.
Thank you. It was a real passion, where you see the struggles, you went through the struggles. And the Hispanic community, we are in uncertain times, uncertain territories, and there is one weapon, if you call it one weapon, one can use against any kind of oppression. And that weapon is education. Where there is an educated community, there is strength. And there is legacy. And for generations, that is what will stay there. The education, the legacy, the strength that you're able to bring together. And those communities are the ones that last. I might not be able to see it. Because my goal is that it goes on. I'm hopeful that I'm able to plant the little seed. And create something beautiful out of it.
That just the intention, it tells me that you will. The intention itself is beautiful, and you're acting on it, which is the next step. You put some action behind your intention. So educating just generally, but particularly looking to help leave a legacy of education for your community, is that one of the things that you talk about in your speeches, or what is your favorite thing to share with audiences?
It is currently, I'll be honest, I'm teaching a lot of technical skills, a lot of technical things, cash flow, money in, money out, how people could understand their financials. And then we move on to the compliance piece. And when people hear the word accounting, the first thing that comes to their mind is, oh, can you do my taxes? Right? So it's beyond that. It's so much more. It's understanding the behavior of how people and businesses spend money. So I like to bring that to the table. And when I get the opportunity to speak with business owners and workshops and on stages, I'm able to share some of the, not just techniques, but real examples of how they can strengthen that financial situation. My idea when I started joining ToPs was what I mentioned earlier, becoming an educator. But now that I had a little taste of this stage, I have to say, oh, I like this.
I bet you do. And I'm sure it suits you. You have great presence. So
I really enjoyed, especially this retreat that we were participating in this weekend. It shows how an educator, a speaker, or anybody in this field has to put in the work, the discipline, the repetition, the rehearsals, the community, all the women that you have already talked to. We worked each other up. Like, we lift each other up in ways that only a group like that can generate. So if you combine that with being able to tell a story and wanting to communicate that to a community that is going through a rough time, then you're like, okay, I have to find a way. to make this work. So if I am going to do that on a stage, communicating and educating my community, then that's what I'll do.
Yeah. And what I love what you said about just doing it in community, because I think sometimes we have a desire to try something new, but we get scared. We talk ourselves out of it because we think we have to do it alone. And it's really cool to see, getting to meet each of you ladies, how really supportive you all are, but that you all took the opportunity to join something and to do it, right? Because I have to imagine that's helped, because I'm sure each of you have your own anxieties and fears about public speaking, and to be able to have a group that you can be real with sharing those fears. But then, like you said, you guys can pump each other up. You can support each other.
Yeah, absolutely. And it comes also from understanding that all of the fears that you're talking about, all that insecurity, all those moments of fear that you experienced are valid. All of that is real and it's valid. It's okay that we feel the way we feel.
Yes.
But what's important is that we can rely on this community that helps us, not just professionally, but emotionally, personally. So we're friends.
Yeah, I can see it. The chemistry is real. I love it. Okay, so you are now working on really educating the community, starting with the technical, which I think is really important. I love how you said the behavior piece. I'm learning my own psychology as a business owner. I think I'm too conservative. I went from being just wild, like guns a-blazing, I'm going to spend all the money in the first
because everything is deductible.
I was like coming out the okay crowd the first year, and then I was like, oh, okay, I need to have some reserves. I need to like, you learn all of these things. So just as a side note, y'all, get a accounting and tax professional so you don't end up in a mess like I was. So I love that the focus is on behavior, because that really is what drives our decisions. It's these ingrained, how we think about things, how we normally behave in real life, that translates into our business. I would imagine.
Yes, because I mean, it all begins with setting up a foundation, right? How to do that? How you begin with that as a business owner. Then the next thing is, okay, how do I make it work and stable?
Yes.
And keep it going.
Sustainable.
And sustainable, exactly. And the third thing, okay, what am I going to provide to the next generation? So that's where the legacy comes into play.
I love it.
Yeah, it's important. It's really important, especially you mentioned something earlier that caught my attention, which was the underserved communities, the underserved groups. And it's true. There are several communities and minority groups that are underserved.
Yes.
So underserved, the way I see it, is not just underserved in terms of resources, but underserved in terms of education.
Absolutely,
1,000%. It's not about just asking for a loan and see if I need capital because I'm going to buy the ingredients so that I can open my restaurant or my food truck, whatever the size might be, micro, small, or enterprise. The importance is understanding the foundation, make it sustainable. And is this going to be a legacy? Or is this just to pass by and pay the bills? I think we went into business so that we could enjoy a little more than just paying the bills.
Oh, man. You keep using the term legacy, which is really important. Legacy is such a powerful word. And so for you, I'm curious, for anyone listening or watching, what is that legacy that you want to leave your audiences when they come and hear you speak?
Oof. The fears that we feel in our gut, they are real. That's real. The insecurities are real. And the validation of those emotions it's important that we have that validation so that we can move forward.
Yes.
And not just emotionally, but financially, our behavior it's important how we move financially, whether we move forward or backward. But more than anything, understanding that insecurity and that fear that we started with when we decided if it's a business owner or a family project, it's valid.
Yes.
And acknowledging that it's important.
Yes. Oh, I love that. Well, you are leaving me with a legacy of warmth, heart, determination, and you gave me one of the best hugs of my life before when we met today. Thank you so much for spending this time with me.
Thank you.
And for sharing so graciously with the audience.
Thank you. Thank you. I enjoyed my time with you.
Oh, likewise. Take care.
Yes.
Bye, y'all.